Hey FTC, this time I will guide you how to build your ultimate all button controller. In this video I will show you how to install all the parts on the VB1 case. Okay, so the parts you need to prepare is, of course, the VB1 case. This is the case. And then you will need buttons. So we will use ground to O2 buttons, but you can use any arcade buttons. It doesn't matter from which manufacturer. So most of the buttons is 24mm size, except for the jump button. Jump button will use 30mm size. Then you will need a PCB. So we will use a Brook Fusion because this one is the best in the market and the fastest PCB that's supporting next gen system. And for wiring, we will use Brook Vecting board cable. And for connector, I will use a Zen connector. But you can use any connector that is compatible with the Neotic ports. You can install a USB-C or USB-B port on this case. It's no problem. It's compatible. Okay, let's start the build. First, when you get your VB1 case, it will have a protective papers. You remove all the protective covers, the papers, and then inside there will be this package. This is for movement selector or movement switcher. You don't need to install this one for this video, but I will show you how to install it on the next video. And also you get this is a move button. Move button plates. This is for thumb. This is for move button. So on the VB1 case, you can swap this plate and this plate to match your comfortable position. Okay. For example, if you want the button, okay, so when designing this VB1, I put these two buttons is on parallel each other. So it's like a keyboard, you know. This is your guide. Okay, so I apply this principle on this layout. So you just need to find for your pointing finger on this button, and other buttons will feels natural. It's like a triangle. Okay, but if you are a bigger person or smaller person, you will need to adjust the place. If you are a bigger person, you have wider posture, you want this position is lower. So the installed plate one, the installed one is on the center. And we have two okay, you can see that this button is closer to lower. You can install it like this, or you can flip it and move to the other direction. So if your poster like this, you want to install it like this, or if you are wider, you can install it like this. Same with thumb cover. So there is also two plates available. This one is the upper one, and this one is medium, and this one is lower one. You can see. So if you have a bigger hands and your thumb is fall lower than this upper one, you can swap using a middle or the bottom plate. Okay. So to swap this move button plate, you just open. Okay, so to assembly, you just need two tools. This is a octa screwdriver, 2 mm, and Phillips screwdrivers. Phillips head screwdrivers. Just like that. And you can switch and screw it. On this build, I want to keep the default center one. Also, I will include the octa key on the package. I will include in the every VB1 purchase, you will get the key for opening this screw. So you just need to prepare a Phillips screwdriver, which I think everyone have it. Okay, for the thumbs, so the switch button is actually also work as a screw that hold this plate. I'll show you. To switch, you need to open this button. And then put the other plate. Then you can lock it using these buttons. But for this time, I want to use the default one. Okay, so for this time, you don't need to worry about installing the WASD. I will show you on the next video. So we will focus on the move buttons and to finish the build using the default move button. Let's install the button first. So I will put the white gold buttons to match the theme. For the action button, so this 8 button is the action button. I will use this color. It's easy just to install. So you can actually put any button from other manufacturer like Sanwa, Shimizu, or Gamerfinger is no problem, because I designed the thickness of this VB1 case to support full size arcade button. So you don't need to buy a special low profile buttons, you don't need it. You also can see that at the bottoms, at the bottom panel, we put holes just to fit the connector when installed. So this is how installed. So the connector will go inside this hole, because otherwise it won't fit, or we need to make the case thicker, which we don't want it. Also, we cannot make the case thinner, because we want to support full size neotric hole. So neotric hole is 31 millimeters, so the thickness of these pillars is 31 millimeters. Okay, let's continue assembling the buttons. Okay, so I designed the VB1 is to compatible with the Brook cable, so you can easily, so everyone can easily build their ultimate all button controller. The wiring is not complicated, it's very easy. Okay, so the action button installation is complete. And next we want to install the extra button. So it's like a generic button layout on the every fat stick, 8 button layout. And this extra button will be a, you can choose the assignment or the input to be anything you want, but default is left 3, right 3, and the touchpad. But you can change, like a touchpad here, right 3 here, left 3 here, is anything you want. And for the color, I will choose a white one. Okay, extra button installed. The placement is in the middle of these 2 buttons, so you can easily reach using both fingers. Each button can be reached by 2 fingers. And for this one is you reach using a thumb. Next, let's install the service buttons. So by the default will be start, share, home. Or you can put start, home, share, or anything you want. This is also 24mm buttons. And I will choose gold white buttons. It is a bit tight, so so there is one trick. If you are feel difficult to install, actually you can remove this panel by unscrewing these 2 screws and it will pop off. Okay, almost complete. It's looking pretty, right? Then for the move button. So this is left, down, right, and up. Sorry. Okay, got it. And for the thumb or jump button, you also can use any arcade button from other manufacturers like Gamer Finger, Sanwa, anything. You don't need to worry about the compatibility. Okay, now all is installed. It's pretty, right? Next is to put the PCB. It's a brand new Brook Fusion. It's a very good product from Brook. It has support for many consoles, especially the next gen, PS5, fighting games. So this screw is for installing. There is 4 screw for the Brook PCB, and you install on this way, the orientation, because if you install like this, there is no space for the connector. Using a Phillips screwdriver, Unscrew all of them. So you can actually input any PCB as long as have the layout same as the Brook PCB, because this is the standard for arcade controller. This was introduced by Akishop 360 Plus back then, and this form factor has become a standard going forward. So if you have any PCB, as long as you have the same dimension, you can use it. Also, if you have a UFB, you can use UFB and UP5, because you can mount the UP5 on this movement switcher, but I will explain about this later. We don't want to make the video long, so let's just make this VB1 work as default. Okay, PCB installed. Next is to install the connector or the port. So I use a SAN connector, but as I said, you can use any connector you want, like a Neotric with USB-B or Neotric with USB-C. You just need to remove the cover. I'm sorry. Okay, you can remove the logo, you can just keep it. And let's open this. So on this SAN connector, you have actually got the faceplate. There is a black and white, but because this is a white, we will use this plate. On the SAN connector, there is two parts. The short cable is to connect from the PCB to the port, and the long cable is from the port to the console or the system. So it's a quick release mechanism. It's very easy. Release, plug, and it's very strong. So I think this is the best connector for fighting games controller. Also, you don't need the screw because you just need the short screw. It's already threaded. You will need this if you are installing on VS1R or VM6. Okay, I will show you how to swap the black plate to the white plate. First, remove the protective papers. And then you unscrew the nut. Okay, then you remove and put the white plates and screw back. Make sure there is a red dot. Make sure it's facing on this direction, because if it's on the angle, and you will have difficulties when plugging the installing, because there is also the red dots. So red dot will be meet with red dots. So install red dot facing there, and there is a rubber cup. You can put it like this. Just hold it and hold, then tighten the screw. Sorry. Okay, that's good. And you just need to insert USB. You can put any way you want, but I recommend to facing over here, because there on here, if you put like this, the buttons may be in the way, but yes, you can still install like this. But I prefer like this. Okay, just screw it first. To install, you just need a 2 screw. I'm sorry. Easy, right? So I designed it to be safe, so you can place it like this, no problem. So if you want to install, to connect the other connector, just it's easy, right? And like I said, it is strong. No need to worry about disconnect. Okay, everything installed. The last thing is wiring. And after that, we are done. So there is two parts. This is for the main button, and this one is the extra button. For now, let's install this harness first. You can see there is two holes on this side, and the set is facing to the left. So its pin there is 19 and 20. It is not used. You can see there is 19 and 20 pins. It's not used. So we use pin from number 1 to 18. It's not used, and just plug it like this. And you want to wiggle it until completely insert. Okay, you can go to the Brook website to see which one is cable is which input, because I have doing it for many times. I remember. Of course, if you cannot remember, you can get a ruler body from the train. On the back you have information about its pin. This one for direction. Let's wire for the service button first. Okay, find this harness that have red, white and gray with 3 ground. Insert the ground, first ground. Second ground and the last ground. Then I want this to be the start button. I want this start because it's easy to reach, because when I play and I want to reach start, I don't need to move too many distance. So this will be start, and let's see what pin is start. If you see like this, pin number 1 is on the left, so like this orientation. Start is actually 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom row. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's white. White will be start. And on the middle one, I want to be share. If we see this, 1, 2, 3. Share or select is the third, which is red. And then the last one must be home. Let's be gray. Let's confirm it. Brown, gray is 3 on the right. 1, 2, 3. That's right. 1, 2, 3 is home. Okay, service button is finished. Next is the main button. So you can see there is two harness and 1 ground with 8 QD, quick disconnect. Okay, let's do the ground first. Okay, you can see that if we install like this, it is too tall. So we need to push it inside like this. It's better, so don't worry. It's also a bit taller, but that's okay because we make a hole on the bottom plate, bottom panel. Okay, so there is two. So which one is punch, which one is kick? We see the blue one. Blue one is 1, 2, 3, 4 from upper row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, is one punch. So this row all must be punch. So it's easy on the brook pebble. You can see this is the shortest one. This is one punch, and it's a bit long. This is two punch. Also, this is longer, 3 punch, and the most farther away is 4 punch. You just connect it to the punch button. Just follow the couple length. So the installation is similar to VM6, it's easy. Also, you need to push the cable inside. Okay, next must be kick. Also, it's easy. You just follow to the shortest to the longest one. This must be one kick. The second kick. This one 3 kick. The third kick. 1, and the last must be the 4th kick. Okay, same. You just fold it, put it inside. Okay, you just push it as low as you can, but don't worry also, because there is a groove on the bottom plate. So is a bit taller than the side, it's okay. And for the direction, because this is a 5-pin, you need a conversion cable, but we already included on the package. You can open and you can see this cable. It's 5-pin. This is a 5-pin male to 8-pin male. This is a 2.8 millimeters quick disconnect, so it's for arcade buttons. It's easy, you just follow the black color, will go to the black, or you cannot install it the wrong direction, it's just not possible. So it's error proof, no problems, don't worry. Okay, this is the ground. You connect for each direction, from the up, this right, down, left. I know it's look messy, but it is okay. The logic is simple, the wiring is simple. You can clean all the wiring later when you have finished the installation. You just use the cable ties, just tie, make it more clean. So this conversion cable is nothing special, it's just generic. You can buy from any store, from other manufacturer. All is the same. Or if you already have one, you can use yours. Okay, it's the same. You need to push inside. Ground is finished. So you need to see which color is with which direction. You can follow the cable and see that it's green. Green is 1, 2, 3 from the pin 19. Green 1, 2, 3. So this one must be, I'm sorry, not this green. I'm sorry, I see the wrong green. The right green is this, is a second from the left, from pin 1. It is right. So the green is right. You can see the color is the same. So just follow, this is right. And after green is yellow. Yellow is the other side of the green. Left. Yellow is left. Then orange. Orange is pin 1, which is up. So orange will be this button. And the last one must be down, red. Red is pin number 2, is down. down, down. Okay, this is not the best good looking wiring, but no problems. It works. You also need to push all the wire to go inside. If you have cable ties, you can put a cable ties to make it clean, like I mentioned before. Let's put it on this side. First thing, on the wiring, we just want to know that it is work. Everything is connected on the right buttons. Okay, at this point, it is already done. You just need to put input for the extra button. This is extra button. We will use this harness. So you put the connector for this input is in the middle, this one. And you can refer to the manual, wiring manual for the Fusion or any other Brook PCB. Okay, so this must be ground. So green is touchpad, pink is left 3, green is, I'm sorry, I have wrong orientation, so the sequence is touchpad, left 3, right 3. So touchpad is green, left 3 is pink, right 3 is blue. So I want the touchpad on the bottom extra. Okay, let's install the ground first. There is 4 connector, but we only use 3. So because the distance from the lower extra to the upper extra is far, we will skip 1 connector. So first one will go put here. It doesn't matter, you can put any of these pins. Second one, we don't use this, so just let it. We put on here. Okay, so let's put it under this wire. Here and here. Also push inside. Push inside. Actually, we can put this wire also. I have to start over. So let's put this under this cable. And push inside. Then green is touchpad. Connect to the lower extra button. And I want this to be left 3. It is pink. Left 3. And the last one must be right 3. Okay, at this point, we already finished the wiring. Okay, it's about an hour, but if you just doing the wiring, I think is 15 minutes to 30 minutes the most. You can complete the installation because I have explained many things, so it takes about an hour. Okay, last thing is just make sure all the wire is nothing too tall. Okay, and check if the case can be closed easily. It's perfect. And your VB1 is ready to the next battle. Everything is perfect. Okay, that's all for this time. If you have questions, just put a comment or send me a DM on Twitter. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.